right. Okay, so we're going to talk about venue-specific emergency action protocols for track and field. Now, because you are such a wide variety of activities that happen with your sport, we'll go over a couple of different venues and locations that you most likely will be. If you have athletes that are running off campus, such as similar to cross-country season where they run along the roads and stuff like that, you'll have to be a little more cautious and aware of what's going on outside of there and how you're going to call for an ambulance. Is that something where one kid's going to come with a cell phone to be able to call, or are they going to flag down somebody? Just think about that. Come up with a plan that is specific to those kids. All right, so so an emergency action plan is essentially what we're going to do to care for an injured person, usually an injured athlete, but that could be somebody in the stands, coach, anything like that, referee. Okay. We go venue specific so we can discuss exactly what we need to do in those locations, including where the emergency equipment is going to be during that time and how the ambulance is going to get to that area. So we kind of have it broken down by locations. So we'll kind of go through the track and football field and then the soccer and practice fields, because that's kind of where some of our throwing sports are going to be located. So here's the emergency action plan for the ambulance route. So the ambulance will come up 2550 East or Smashfork Parkway. They'll come in between the seminary building and the main building, come along, drive right up, and then go to where they need to go location-wise. That's going to get us to pretty much anything in this area. The other option we have is they can come on 2550 and then come and go enter through here and get onto more of the track. This is not a good location to get them onto this field. It's the gates don't get us through very well over here. So this is really only for the stadium. Otherwise, we should come this way and then get to everything via this entrance. Anywhere there is a gold star, that means that there is a gate there that you might be needing to unlock. If the athletic trainers are there, we will obviously have keys and we can do that, but that might be something you want to communicate with your coaches, who would be the one that would call 911 for that, who's going to be the one to unlock gates, who's going to flag down and bring the EMS, who's going to grab the emergency equipment and start the care of the athlete, and then who's going to get in contact with the athletic trainers or administration to get them there. The picture off to the side on both of these is the Kestrel. This is what we'll use if the heat is high enough that we are worried about the turf being hot and we need to protect the athlete. So if you see that little orange guy sitting on a tripod out on the turf, you'll know that it's hot enough that we need to be paying attention to the weather. In the spring, that is pretty rare, but it's not unheard of to have to deal with that. So this is the guide for that orange Kestrel. If we cross into orange, red, and black, we obviously need to be changing our practices quite a bit. And so those are, again, pretty rare. We're typically not going to see these types of temperatures at that time of year. So here's the roles of the first responders. So the first thing is we obviously need to care for the injured, ill athlete. We need to call 911, provide all the information for them, activate the phone tree, which means if the athletic trainers are not there, that's going to be the first call of the coaches. Get us there, and then we'll start calling parents and all of that type of stuff. And then we want to get the emergency equipment for the athlete, anything that we need, like an AED or splints, things like that. And then somebody to direct EMS to the scene, including opening gates, flagging down the EMS, and controlling the scene so we can get the responders to the athlete and helping get bystanders away. Emergency equipment in the golf carts, we will keep all of the equipment with us, but we also have some located in the training room. If one of us is indoors, we will have at least one set indoors, but if both of us are outside, then typically we both have the equipment with us. We actually have now 8 AEDs, so we've got one near the welding, one by upstairs faculty, downstairs faculty, auditorium, spin room, and then pardon me, we have 2 located with us as athletic trainers. So again, if both of us are outside, we'll each have one in our golf carts. If not, one will be inside the training room. and then one out in a golf cart. And then we have now a new one also in the indoor practice facility. So that one just barely got put up a couple months ago too. So we're pretty excited about that. So we have 8 at any given time. Again, I apologize for coughing. All right, so emergency ice. For the track and field, we have the big deep freeze out in the middle center closet of the concession stand out there. We will try to have like 40 or 50 bags made at the beginning of the season in there for you. If you notice that's running low, let us know. We'll fill more. When people are using the indoor facility, we'll have an ice chest with ice bags in there. Softball asks that we have an individual cooler for them, so that will be, and then we'll also have a cooler just right outside the training room that we always have there filled with ice also. So that's essentially the emergency protocol. If you've got any questions, reach out to us and let us know if you've got any questions.